Welcome to Cell Narrator, your home for the most evocative and imaginative narrated fiction. Today, we journey to a quiet, forgotten corner of the world to meet Elara, an alchemist whose ambition reaches far beyond turning lead into gold. She believes the stars are not distant pinpricks of light, but vessels holding the raw, pulsing emotions and ancient memories of the cosmos. Can a single human potion unlock the full symphony of joy, sorrow, and rage written across the heavens? This is the Astral Alchemist. In a forgotten corner of the world, nestled between whispering woods and silent mountains, lived an alchemist named Elara. Her laboratory wasn't filled with the usual clutter of turning lead into gold. No, Elara's ambitions were written in the stars, quite literally. For years, she had toiled, not for wealth, but for a glimpse into the silent, shimmering hearts of the celestial bodies that decorated the night sky. She believed every star was a vessel of ancient memories, a keeper of cosmic secrets, and she, Elara, would be the one to unlock them. Her life's work culminated in a single, iridescent vial. It held a liquid that shimmered with the captured light of 1,000 fireflies, swirling with nebula-like colors. She called it the Stellarlune Elixir, a potion distilled from fallen stardust, dew collected under a lunar eclipse, and the crystallized echo of a comet's song. It was a recipe whispered to her in dreams, a formula that felt more like a memory than an invention. Tonight was the night. The sky was a perfect, cloudless canvas of deep indigo, and the stars pulsed with an almost impatient brilliance. With a steady hand and a heart thrumming with a mixture of fear and exhilaration, Elara uncorked the vial. A scent of ozone and night-blooming jasmine filled the cool air of her observatory. She raised the potion to her lips, its glow casting an ethereal light on her determined face. The liquid was cool, tasting of moonlight and forgotten lullabies. As she swallowed the last drop, she held her breath, turning her gaze upward through the grand, open dome of her observatory. At first, nothing changed. The familiar constellations of the Serpent and the Lyre remained in their stoic, silent dance. A flicker of disappointment pricked at her. Had her life's work been for naught? But then, it began. A subtle shift, like the world taking a quiet, deep breath. The pinpricks of white light started to bleed at their edges, not blurring, but blooming. The night sky, once a simple tapestry of black and white, was undergoing a breathtaking metamorphosis. The star Vega, the brightest in the Lyre, was the first to fully transform. It erupted into a soft, pulsating aura of pure, unadulterated joy. It was a vibrant golden yellow, the color of a child's first laugh, of a lover's triumphant return. Elara felt, rather than saw, waves of ancient happiness washing over her. The star's memory of its own fiery birth, a jubilant explosion of light and creation. She could almost hear a symphony in the light, a triumphant chorus that had echoed through space for eons. Her gaze drifted to the constellation Aquila, the eagle. Its stars shimmered with a deep, serene blue, the color of profound peace and contentment. It felt like the quiet satisfaction of a long journey's end, a tranquil harbor after a cosmic storm. She saw glimmers of other stars passing by, their lights greeting Aquila's with a respectful, gentle nod. The constellation pulsed with the quiet wisdom of ages, a silent guardian watching over the unfurling of galaxies. Elara found herself smiling, her own heart mirroring the tranquility radiating from the heavens. But not all memories were serene. The fiery heart of Antares, the scorpion star, pulsed with a furious crimson rage. It was a deep, angry red, the color of betrayal and cosmic war. Elara flinched as she felt the echo of its ancient fury, a supernova of anger directed at a celestial rival long since faded to dust. The raw emotion was so potent it felt like a physical heat on her skin. She saw flashes of cosmic battles, of star systems colliding in a blaze of destructive glory, all fueled by this singular, burning rage that had not cooled in millions of years. Drawn by a sense of deep, ancient sorrow, her eyes found a pair of binary stars, orbiting each other in a slow, melancholic waltz. They glowed with a heartbreaking shade of lilac, the color of loss and unending longing. Elara witnessed their story unfold in shimmering waves of light. They were born together, two halves of a single whole, their gravities locked in an eternal embrace. But she also saw the memory of a third companion, a smaller star that had once completed their trio. She saw the tragedy. A rogue black hole, a silent, invisible predator, had drifted through their system millennia ago. She saw the lilac star's frantic, desperate flares, their light screaming a warning. But the smallest star, bright with the emerald green of youthful innocence and curiosity, had been drawn too close. Elara watched in horror as its vibrant green light was stretched, distorted, and finally extinguished as it crossed the event horizon, its life and light devoured by the darkness. The two remaining stars had been broadcasting their grief ever since. Their lilac glow was a testament to their shared, unending sorrow. Their slow, orbital dance was no longer one of joy, but a funeral procession that would last for eternity. Tears welled in Elara's eyes, a profound empathy connecting her, a fleeting human, to the timeless grief of the stars. She felt their loss as if it were her own, the phantom limb of their celestial family aching across the void. For hours, Elara stood transfixed, a silent witness to a library of emotion written across the cosmos. She saw the emerald green of hope in a newly forming nebula, the shimmering silver of curiosity from a wandering comet, and the deep purple of solemnity from a galaxy on the edge of the visible universe. The night sky was no longer a collection of burning gas and dust. It was a living, breathing entity, a grand tapestry woven with the threads of joy, sorrow, rage, and love. As the first hints of dawn began to paint the eastern horizon, the effects of the Stellarlune Elixir started to fade. The vibrant colors receded, the emotional symphony quieting until the stars were once again just silent, white diamonds on a velvet cloth. But they were not the same to Elara. They would never be the same again. She had seen their souls. She had learned that even in the vast, cold emptiness of space, there is feeling. There is story. Lowering her gaze from the heavens, Elara looked at the empty vial in her hand. She had sought knowledge, and she had found it. But she had also found a profound, cosmic empathy she never knew was possible. She had uncovered a celestial tragedy, yes, but she had also witnessed the resilience of joy and the endurance of peace. The universe, she now understood, was not just a marvel of physics, but a masterpiece of feeling. And she, the Astral Alchemist, was its first and only reader. Her work had just begun. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this cosmic journey, please like, share, and subscribe to Narrator for more stories from the edge of imagination. Now, the question rests with you. If you could drink the elixir and read the heart of any star in the night sky, which ancient cosmic emotion would you seek? Joy, rage, or unending sorrow? Let us know your cosmic theories in the comments below.